There's a Facebook post going viral right now, definitely in the photo industry. It's made Fox News, it's made a bunch of different news channels, and I'm curious on your take on it, especially if you're a wedding photographer. Hey, this is Scott Weidenkivowitz, a storyteller with a camera, talking about all the things photographers like you and I are thinking about. In this video, I want to talk about a wedding photographer who's kind of pissed at wedding guests. Now, this went viral on July 11th when this photographer posted on Facebook on July 11th. I'm going to share a screenshot of this. I did not take the photos. I did not post the post on Facebook. I am just sharing this, and I'm curious on your thoughts on this topic. I'm going to share my thoughts after I read this to you. Posted, to the girl with the iPhone, not only did you ruin my shot, use the word photo, not the word shot, please, but you took this moment away from the groom, father of the bride, and the bride. What exactly do you plan on doing with that photo? Honestly, are you going to print it out, save it, look at it every day? No, you're not. But my bride would have printed this photo, looked at it often, and reminisced over this moment as her dad walked her down the aisle on her wedding day. But instead, you wanted to take a photo with your phone, blocking my view and taking a photo that you will not use. Guests, please stop viewing weddings you attend through a screen, but instead, turn off your phone and enjoy the ceremony. You are important to the bride and groom. You would not be attending the wedding otherwise, so please let me do my job and just sit back, relax, and enjoy this once-in-a-lifetime moment. Sincerely, wedding photographers. And then she signed Hannah Way Photography. Now here's the thing. First and foremost, she should not have signed it wedding photographers and be speaking for other wedding photographers, because not all wedding photographers feel the way that she feels. Trust me, many do, but not all wedding photographers do. Now, me personally, when I am at a wedding, first and foremost, I'm looking at what the wedding photographers are doing because it's in my nature to be interested in what the photographer is doing at an event. I am not a wedding photographer, but I love seeing what they do. And if I am attending a wedding, I am not there taking pictures of the bride and groom or of the family and stuff like that. If I am attending a wedding, the only time that my phone would be out taking a picture is if my wife is actually in the wedding party, like a bridesmaid, and I would want to take a picture of her because, yes, the wedding photographer might be getting a picture of her at some point, but the wedding photographer is going to be focused on the couple majority of the time. You won't see me getting in a photographer's way at a wedding. My phone will be in my pocket majority of the time. Now, of course, it is in each person's right to take pictures at a wedding, especially if they're, if they're part of the family. They're going to want to have pictures for themselves. Like Hannah said, what are they going to do with it? She's right, most likely nothing but share it on Facebook. So in a way, I agree with Hannah, because why should the guest share the photo on Facebook when the photographer is going to be supplying a whole ton of photos to the couple for them to share on Facebook? And it'll be much better quality photos, hopefully if you hired a good wedding photographer, much better quality wedding photos than what you could do with your phone. But what irks me is that she's trying to speak for other wedding photographers. I don't like when people do that. So I encourage Hannah and others to not speak for other wedding photographers. Yes, you shared your opinion. I may not have done that in a Facebook post. Yes, it did go viral. That's not going to help your brand because, well, I wrote an article I'll link to in the description below about how going viral could do absolutely nothing for you. And this is one of those cases where it's not going to get you more wedding photography business by writing this post. It might actually scare people away, but unless you're marketing yourself as a unplugged wedding photographer, where you require your clients and their guests to not have phones out. If that's the case, then this is the perfect video perfect article to go viral. Normally, in most situations, this is something that will not help you in any way. So you might get some SEO juice from it. If people are linking to your website, most likely they're linking to the Facebook post. So if this is on your website, that probably would have done a little bit better. But anyway, I would not have done this in public. I would have contacted your bride and groom and said, look, this photo was ruined because of a guest. I just wanted to point this out to you. This is why I recommended you having an unplugged wedding, right? Now, that would have been in private. The other thing is, Hannah pointed out that the photo was ruined. The photo was ruined, that the bride and groom can't have that photo. Well, a good wedding photographer would have probably a dozen or 24 photos like that in a moment of a specific part, especially the father of the bride walking the bride down the aisle. As a photographer, move, adjust your angle, adjust your height. Let's say somebody is like this, and you're trying to get this photo, and the phone's in the way. Move them out of the way. Get them out of your way. You are the hired photographer of that wedding. They're just a guest. Do your job and respectfully get the distractions out of the way. It's part of being a professional photographer. It's knowing how to handle these situations. That's where this sort of rant that Hannah put out there is getting a lot of heat from the photo industry, because she, in my opinion, could have done something about the situation at that given moment. She could have had a second photographer, an assistant, somebody to handle the situation so that she didn't have to do it. Or she could have just handled it herself. But I'm curious about what you would do in this situation, so comment down below and let me know. And be sure to click that subscribe button so that you get the next video. I publish new videos every Monday and Thursday. You don't want to miss it.